What's going on, world? How y'all doing, man? It's your host, Kai Lumen. We back again for another episode, man. So, I hope everybody's feeling great. It's about 4 a.m. here in Texas. I just want to let you all know, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching and taking the time out of your day to, watch these videos. For all my chosen ones out there, man, it's not easy living the life that we live. So we carry a lot of weight. We hold this life down like gravity, literally. But before we begin, take the time to, just take a second to close your eyes, open your mind, open your souls, open your third eye, and, forgive yourself, relieve yourself. Just want you to be completely open and attuned to the information you're about to receive. All right, let's get right into it. So today's topic is patience. So welcome back, family. Today I want to just sit with you on something that keeps us all in check. Whether we acknowledge it or not. You know what I mean? It's patience. Not the kind that feels like waiting in line, frustrated, counting the minutes. I'm talking about the patience of divine construction. Yahweh whispered to me once, time isn't a straight line, it's a spiral. It bends back, loops forward, and every turn is a part of the design we can't fully see from where we stand. That's the hidden architecture of patience. You think nothing's happening, but the bricks are being laid beneath your feet. Everything we do is a process. There's so much we can't see. We're pretty much relying on faith that things will get done. You know what I mean? And totality is one of those things where everything goes hand in hand. Where there's good, there's bad. Where there's dark, there's light. You know what I mean? So it's just like we have to take everything in accountability and living in duality. And sometimes those things can be extremely hard. Understanding that we have a particular weight that we carry. And, understanding this is a great deal. To understand the universe is to understand yourself. And if you don't understand the universe, then obviously you don't understand yourself yet. So to have control is to give up all control. That may be hard for many to understand where I'm coming from on that. There are some who may get it, but that is the only way to align yourself with all things that you resonate with. And all things that don't resonate with, you must, decapitate, take out of your lives, all distractions. They just have to be removed. So when architects build, they don't rush. They don't grab shortcuts. We don't grab shortcuts. And yet, in our human lives, we often get very restless. And for good reason. Life be lifing. So, you know what I mean? It's just, we got to remain steadfast. And that we have to set a foundation that's so deep that even the storms can't shake it. And yet in our human lives, we get restless. We want the manifestation before the blueprint is even drawn. So, you know what I mean? If things just don't fit, things don't resonate, then they're not going to be there regardless, no matter how much we try to go against the grain of the current. It's not going to be there. There's no need for forcing. It's just not meant to be there, regardless if we want it there or not. So, you know what I mean? Just understand that you have to have that patience. You have to have patience. And, it's allowing us to, it allows things, behind the scenes to be moving. It is allowing us to, continue to grow, evolve as we, continue to move through this life. All the things that we want to manifest, they're not coming immediately. We know it's not coming overnight. So, those are things that we just have to deal with. And, just in particular, my own walk, it's just sacred faith in motion. I remember a time in my own walk where everything felt still, no forward progress, no breakthroughs. I was just frustrated and, just wondering why things just ain't going my way, but we find stillness in silence. And I told you before, stillness is one of those things where it's like, it doesn't mean you have to be still. It doesn't mean that you're not having forward progress or movement. It's just simply just listening to the universe. It's listening to all things. It's listening to that hum that comes to you, that frequency that comes to you, that gives you that power to understand that you do have control over your manifestations, and that you do have control over your life, and that these things will work themselves out. You just got to be patient. You know what I mean? And when the next, phase of my life opened up, it was already aligned, already built for me, and that's the patience. It's the invisible progress that we cannot see. It's the intangibles. You know what I mean? You can't touch these things. They're just there and you don't even realize it. But when you finally just take a breath, close your eyes, meditate, open yourself up to what everything the universe has for you, and just allow things to just simply be. These things really just fall into place for you. You know what I'm saying? So this is one of those things where I would call a practical integration, when teaching meets practice. How do we live this out? One way is what I call patient action. You still move, you still plan, you still show up every single day, no matter what. Even when it hurts, even when you're tired, even when you're upset, angry, you know what I mean? Even when you're crying, even when you're at your saddest and your lowest point, you continue to show up. But you release the demand that the fruit appears on your schedule. You water the seed because you trust the soil, not because you're obsessed with the harvest date, but you understand that that date will come. It will come on divine timing, and you cannot rush it. It's not asking you to rush it. It's asking you to be gentle with it. It's asking you to take your time with it. It's asking for your energy, your effort. You know what I mean? Like 99% of life is just showing up. The other 1% is energy, effort, and work. You know what I mean? So you gotta continue to show up. You gotta stay dedicated and not be committed. The difference is that committed people show up every day and they quit every day. Dedicated people never quit. They may bend, but they don't break. They show up every day and they put in the work, and those are simple things that you must live by. Every day is not gonna be 100% effort. Some days it's 60, some days it's 50, some days it's, you know what I mean? Some days it's just 10. That's all you're able to give. So here's a little quick practice that I particularly myself like to use. Every time you feel the need to rush, to force, to panic, just pause. Breathe. Place your hands over your chest and say out loud, the spiral is turning, the foundation is building. I am right on time. Watch how that claims and calms your entire body. You know what I mean? And like I said, just give everything time. There's no rush out here. Really, there's no rush out here. We have a whole entire life to live. And like I said, fortunately, we're not going anywhere. So yeah, you are built to endure. You are built to be here. And so you might as well just go ahead and sit down. Keep your bags where they at. We're not going anywhere. our souls, our essence isn't going anywhere. We are needed. And, for us to carry the weight that we were supposed to always carry. But at the same time, release all things that no longer resonate with us. You know what I mean? Release the bills, release the weight of the job, release the weight of others' expectations. You know what I'm saying? Release the weight of your own expectations. Just simply be. Just show up every day. Be patient in your progress. Be patient in your evolution. You know what I mean? Like, nothing will ever come overnight. And nobody's going to press you to force those things to come overnight. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they do, please remove them. You know what I mean? Your friends, your family, those are just simple things or simple people that you have to get away from. Because at the end of the day, they no longer resonate with you and there's nothing more they can do. So always keep that in mind. You know what I mean? Like, walk your path. You know what I mean? Do it the way that you always intended to do it. Not everybody's going to agree with it. And that's just the reality of things. So, in closing, you know what I'm saying? Patience is not a delay. It's divine construction. It's the architect's building in silence. And when the doors do open, they don't creak, they swing wide. Because they were made just for you and you only. And only you can walk through the door. And unfortunately, everybody can't fit in that door that you can fit in. It was only built for you. You can come back later and open doors for others to walk through. But it all starts with what? Patience. So stay steady, stay trusting, stay aligned. Because everything is already forming in a spiral of time. Again, my name is Kai Lumen, and this is the remembrance. Take your time, everybody. You know what I mean? Love, honor yourself, have patience, and stay in alignment. Thank you, guys. Love you all, man. I'm out.